It's no accident. You're hearing the most popular alternative music anywhere in Minot. We're KMSU, Channel 19, Minot's only alternative station.
Sometimes I feel so stupid. When I'm with you, feel like I should have a cupid. I'm addicted to your love and like a Tuesday. Cause I'm in love with the glow. Nowhere for me to go, and I just want you to know. Sometimes I feel so stupid. When I'm with you, feel like I should have a cupid. I'm addicted to your love and like a Tuesday. Cause I'm in love with the glow. Nowhere for me to go, and I just want you to know. Yeah, you are the best girl I ever had. Baby, my pen and pad, I just be coming back. I've been up on it many times, and I feel like I lost it.
Hello, and welcome back to the Inside the Dam podcast. Thank you for tuning in to this latest edition of the show. The podcast is produced by KMSU TV and Radio as part of a partnership with Minot State University Athletics. We are glad to be joined by more talented and fantastic guests reigning from all the Beaver teams on campus. The Inside the Dam podcast is proudly sponsored by Papa John's. They have 2 locations in Minot and the Air Force Base. Search for Papa John's in Minot online through your device and seek out any deals that are currently available. They can also be reached at 701-852-7272. That is 852-PAPA to place an order over the phone. We thank Admir and the Papa John's crew for their tremendous patronage. We will be right back with our next guest. High above 11th Avenue, also known as Beaver Boulevard, on the campus of Minot State University, it is the Inside the Dam podcast. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to episode 7, a Halloween edition of the show we got going on this week. As always, we're glad to be joined by some amazing guests from Minot State University Athletics in a partnership with them and the broadcasting department, also known as KMSU TV and Radio. Before we get started here, folks, we just want to tell you all about Papa John's, as they are the premier sponsor of the Inside the Dam podcast. Hit them up on their website, search for any deals they may have going on, search Papa John's in Minot through your device. They can also be reached at 701-852-7272. That is 852-PAPA to place an order over the phone. We thank Admir and the Papa John's crew for sponsoring the Inside the Dam podcast. And on the show today for you folks, as always, thank you for tuning on into the KMSU podcast live stream. And we will remind you also that this will be going on the MSU Beavers channel as well. You guys already know the drill. We get 3 guests each week. On the show tonight, expect a junior linebacker who's got 88 career tackles and also 3 sacks in his stat line, and one of the redshirt freshmen running backs on the football team scoring his first collegiate touchdown, and then also one of the men's hockey players who's just been on fire this season. So be on the lookout for those, for the descriptions of each player. We'll introduce them as they come along, but kicking us off here tonight from Gunnison, Colorado, he actually just switched positions at the start of this year, and joining us now is Sam Buckhanan. Sam, thanks for being here tonight.
Cole, thanks for having me.
Yeah, Sam, so just kind of talk to us. How's your season been going? Obviously, exciting first collegiate touchdown this past weekend against the University of Mary. You know, obviously, tough game against the Marauders, but just walk us through, that play that happened, that developed into your first collegiate touchdown.
Yeah, the touchdown is it's bittersweet for sure. I mean, it felt good to get in the end zone for the first time. I've been on limited touches, so it felt good to get in there. That was my first carry of the game, so good to get in there and first touch, first score. But I mean, obviously as a team, we're looking for the win in that rival game. So that's what makes it bitter about that moment. But yeah, it felt good in the moment. Definitely a momentum switch there. I got the touchdown and defense went out there, got a 3-and-out. I think we got 2 more 3-and-outs right after that, and we were going down there one play away from getting it done there. And but yeah, it felt good to get in the end zone, and yeah.
Yeah, you guys were so close, man, but fought hard there. But talk about, yourself in particular, how you felt going into this season, obviously with the new coaching staff. We mentioned earlier you made the switch to running back at the start of the season. How has that kind of went for you this point into the season, and, how have you approached with this new coaching staff at the helm?
Yeah, really the switch from linebacker to running back was because of the coaching change. We switched offenses, which I really have the build to be this kind of running back that we have in our offense. So that's what made the switch. Really, like, the biggest change is just physically trying to, because all throughout high school, I mean, I played 3 sports and I played both ways in high school. So switching from running back really wasn't too foreign for me. So just physically trying to go to linebacker, getting prepared to play linebacker throughout my career to then switching to play running back that was the biggest part. But really, if I look at it now, linebacker is way foreign to me now than running back is. So I think I've made the switch pretty good, and yeah.
That seems to be a common theme in high school. A lot of student athletes, they play, obviously we see them playing multiple sports, but in football, like you said, different positions. Just kind of talk, your thoughts on that. Is it good, for student athletes to kind of get more exposure and, really, I guess it's good to get preparation for maybe being recruited by certain colleges, kind of talk more on the benefits of having that experience at multiple positions.
For me, I was a small town kid, played small level sports. So I will always encourage, this will always be my argument, I'll back it up 100%, to always be playing multiple sports, and just because the argument will be is like, well, you're not getting prepared for that sport. And my argument will be is that in high school at the early age, it's really not that important to be training so hard on one sport. You'll get burnt out of that sport. And just at that age, just being young and being in high school, it's super important to just go out there and have fun. You won't get burnt out of a sport. And the next thing that you're learning from that is you're definitely growing in your competitive aspect. Like, you're always competing. You're never in like an off season. You're always competing, and that just really makes you a better athlete, because you learn how to compete, and yeah, you continue competing throughout the year, throughout your high school, throughout your early age, and it's just fun for you, and it doesn't leave you short of coming into college and getting recruited into college. Like, I could do it all. You don't have the limit of, oh, I'm only a quarterback, or I'm only a wide receiver, or I'm only a running back, and you could really tell your coach you could do it all, and you end up in a position where like me, and you come in as a linebacker and you have a shot to play running back, and you go out there and play running back. So that's the benefits for sure, and that'll benefit the rest of my career. If I ever need to switch again, it'll benefit. Yeah, there's a lot of benefits from it.
I agree with you there. There's a lot of, athletes out there that are just willing to, be able to put themselves on the line to play a lot of snaps. And, it's crazy, to be able to, see it from that angle. But also, do you kind of maintain contact with your old coach, I guess? With the new staff here, did you ever maintain any communication with the new DC or something? Like, let them know, I got experience at this, or is it just all full go running back?
No, I never really had. Coach Bruno was our defensive coordinator, and when we made the switch, I think I made the switch to running back before we introduced Coach Bruno. So, yeah, really there wasn't really any thought of me playing defense with the new coaching staff. So it was really, as much as I can remember, really, it's just the new coaches hit, and I immediately, within 2 weeks, I was a running back. So yeah.
Do you guys game plan at all? Like, sort of, from a different approach? Like, do you tell some of the guys on defense, like, hey, this is how I saw it from, my perspective, or is it vice versa? Any insight?
I would say game planning wise, I don't really talk to the defense that much, but I think it really is beneficial for me for having that linebacker experience. I definitely know what I'm looking at with linebackers on the other team. It's pretty easy for me to like pick up techniques from any defensive player just because I spent a year in that defensive room learning like tendencies and learning what a college defense really. And that's really was my redshirt year. It was just learning a college defense playbook and learning how to master techniques. So I just took that and into game plan wise, I go and I look at tendencies. I look at footwork, I look at eyes, and I look at body positioning, and it's pretty easy to go back to what I was learning my redshirt year to seeing that in new defenses and different linebackers in the conference, and I could pick up on it. So it's beneficial for sure.
Yeah, always beneficial to study in the film room. Before we get into classroom life for you, Sam, you guys have 2 more road games left, and we'll talk to another guest here about these later on. But 2 more road games for you guys left. An interesting scenario, non-conference against Michigan Tech, also big hockey school. Just kind of, preview this upcoming weekend and for the rest of the season for you guys. Obviously you want to finish on a high note, but, some goals, expectations for yourself, for the team, and just kind of add on to that.
I think the Michigan Tech weekend, that's this new weekend, it's going to be, it's an important one for sure. It's the first non-conference game that Minot State's been a part of in a really long time, if ever. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's super important to get Minot State's name out there to different conferences. Because you got in Michigan Tech's conference, you got Ferris State in that conference, and Ferris State is the defending national champions. So to get our name into that conference and just it's super important to get a win in any game. But this non-conference game, we're definitely not going to take lightly. As it'd be pretty cool to go down to Michigan. Really long bus trip. I heard it's super awesome. That stadium is super awesome. It's all covered in trees. I heard that's nice. Pretty cool. And yeah, it'll be cool to go down there and get that win and really put our name on the map. And if it's a dominating win, then that'd be cool also. But yeah, I look forward to game planning for this Michigan Tech team. It'll be cool to look at a non-conference team and see what they're all about. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And we wish you guys all the best of luck in that. But I believe it was Ferris State and the School of Mines in Colorado, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. You're from Gunnison. So, tell us a little bit more, what's Colorado like? Obviously, I got the Broncos jersey on right now, but you also have connections sort of with current NFL player Austin Eckler, if I'm not mistaken. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so Gunnison, Colorado is home to Western Colorado State University, and they just lost to the Colorado School of Mines. School of Mines is number 1, which is it's in Golden, Colorado. It's about 4 hours west of me. So, but yeah, that all that Colorado schools, it's in the RMAC conference, and yeah, there's some pretty talented teams down there. Western's been on the come up for sure. I grew up watching Western. My dad played at Western.
Oh, nice.
I grew up watching Austin Eckler play, who plays for the Chargers. And he was an animal down there. And when Western really wasn't that good of a team, and he dominated the RMAC at Western. But yeah, it's cool to watch Western go on the come up, because I haven't seen them win in a really long time. And yeah, School of Mines is a very interesting program too. It's a big engineering school, and they're on the come up as well, and they're balling out this year for sure. And Ferris State, I think they're out of the top 10 now. But so yeah, I expect it to be a different team in the national championship. Colorado School of Mines, they lost last year in the national championship, so I expect them to go back, and it'll be interesting to see who joins them in that spot. But yeah, these playoffs coming up here in 3 weeks. It'll be interesting to see who's up there, and but yeah, those Colorado schools, there's some good ones down there. There's for sure.
Oh, some of the tops in all of Division II football. So really cool scene down there in the Box State of Colorado. Sam, before we let you go here, talk a little bit, about what's school life going for you. Talk your major, talk courses of study, and what do you hope to gain from a degree in the field you're working in currently?
So I'm a phys ed major. really, really my dream job is to go back to Gunnison, go back to my hometown and coach high school football, coach high school baseball, and just be a PE teacher in my old high school. Those are my best times. Those are my most fun memories, and to go back and coach with my old team, that'd be the dream for sure. But I think where my road ends is definitely back in Gunnison. If it's not teaching, then it's something down in Gunnison. So yeah, a lot of love down in Gunnison. So that's where I hope to end up. And if it's teaching, great. If it's not, definitely be around there. So after 4 years, that's where you find me.
Well, we wish you all the utmost success there, and be sure to share this with all the friends and family that can tune in tonight. But Sam, that is all we have for this segment tonight. Thank you for being on the Inside the Dam podcast tonight and sharing a little bit of your background.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Cole.
Folks, you just heard running back redshirt freshman Sam Buckhanan on the Minot State football team, also securing his first college touchdown in Bismarck this past weekend. Before we take our first break of the evening, guys, you best be checking out Papa John's, because they may have some deals going on. Hit them up on their website and search Papa John's in Minot through your device. They can also be reached via phone number 701-852-7272. That's 852-PAPA to place an order over the phone. We thank Admir and Papa John's, as they are the premier sponsor of the Inside the Dam podcast. We're going to take a quick break, folks. When we come back, you're going to hear from a linebacker this time from the football team. So stay tuned for that. We'll be back after this. Hello, and welcome back to the Inside the Dam podcast. Thank you for tuning in to this latest edition of the show. The podcast is produced by KMSU TV and Radio as part of a partnership with Minot State University Athletics. We are glad to be joined by more talented and fantastic guests reigning from all the Beaver teams on campus. The Inside the Dam podcast is proudly sponsored by Papa John's. They have 2 locations in Minot and the Air Force Base. Search for Papa John's in Minot online through your device and seek out any deals that are currently available. They can also be reached at 701-852-7272. That is 852-PAPA to place an order over the phone. We thank Admir and the Papa John's crew for their tremendous patronage. We will be right back with our next guest. And welcome back to the Inside the Dam podcast, ladies and gentlemen. This is a Halloween episode of this series, so kind of a spooky season going on at this time. And if you're just tuning in now, we had a good chat with Sam Buckhanan, running back from Gunnison, Colorado. Before we get into our next guest, folks, Papa John's, they got the goodies. They're the premier sponsor of the Inside the Dam podcast. Hit them up on their website. Search for all and any deals that they have going on currently. Search Papa John's in Minot through your device. They can also be reached at 701-852-7272. That is 852-PAPA to place an order over the phone. We thank Admir and Papa John's for their patronage of the podcast. And on to our next guest here, folks. I promised a junior linebacker from the football team from Arizona, Jonathan Leon, joins us. Jonathan, thanks for being here tonight.
Hey, thank you for having me. First and foremost, let me just say, Papa John's, we have the best Papa John's in the nation. So I'm glad you shout them out right there.
Hey, that's what it's. That's what's up, baby. That's we're talking now. That is what it's all about. So, Jonathan, yeah, thank you for being on today. So, but yeah, junior linebacker from Arizona. So, Jonathan, you've been getting a lot of playing time this season under new coaching staff. And, just kind of, ease us in onto how you've been feeling going into this season and, up to this point, how have you felt in and out of each game every week?
Well, yeah, this is actually my third defense that I run here at Minot State, and this is actually probably the funnest year I've had, as far as a team and with what we've been running as far as a defense. I like where we're at, especially on the defensive side of the ball. It's just a lot more fun this year. The team just seems a little bit more bought in together and things like that. So, yeah, we've had a lot of fun on the team. Of course, we're not where we want to be as far as the record shows. You know, we've been in a couple close games. You know, we get a couple more plays on both sides of the ball in certain different games. We're looking at a 4-5 record potentially, but we're not where we want to be. Obviously, our record shows that, but we just got to keep getting at that grindstone. We're right there. We're real close, you know.
And despite that, you know, like you said, you guys, you know, even for you in particular, you guys have played well, you know, especially, you know, defensively, and of course a new scheme obviously on all ends of the field, but a new scheme offensively, you know, that seemed to have, you know, gotten things a little bit going at the start of the season here. But, you know, you guys showing signs of growth. You know, it's taken some time, you know, to build and, you know, just to kind of, you know, recoup as a group together and, you know, build towards the future. But, you know, for yourself in particular, you know, 3 sacks and a fumble recovery in 26 career games, you know, what do you hope to, you know, accomplish as, you know, you're one of the vets of this team, you know, you're starting to show a way of, you know, leadership aspect, you know, just kind of talk, you know, what do you hope to accomplish with this team, you know, just on an individual basis, and just expand on that.
Well, on an individual basis, I just want to take what I've learned from football and kind of just apply it to life. Of course, like our coach always says, you're going to have 4th and 1, and in life, you're going to be down 21 points in real life. It's just, what are you going to do in those moments and how are you going to apply it to real life? I kind of try to take that aspect of it and try to, you know, apply it to my real life now. And, of course, you know, it's hard to lose all these games and just keep going at it. But, you know, life doesn't stop. Like they say, the clock don't stop. So you just got to keep getting at it. And, yeah, that's how I really look at it, just trying to keep going, try to apply everything that I learned from my coaches, from my teammates, not even just football, but, you know, other life lessons that we've learned from the game, and apply those to my regular life and things like that.
We were just talking with Sam earlier. You know, he was fortunate enough to play multiple positions on the field in high school and started out as a linebacker. And now you're in his shoes, what he used to be in. In high school, did you ever play multiple positions? If so, you know, just kind of give us your thoughts on the benefits of, you know, getting a wide swath of exposure to different aspects of the game.
Well, yeah, in high school, I played offensive line. I also played defensive line, so I kind of understand both aspects of it. I'll always say this. We have a running joke with the offense, but I like to tell the offense players the better athletes play defense. So I always like to get at them a little bit. But
there you go.
No, it's definitely a different scheme. You just got to have a different, I don't want to say mindset, but it's a different position, like offensive line, defensive line. There's different ways to kind of go at it. You can have like a guy like Carson Psycho, you know, he goes crazy on defense, but you know, he wouldn't be able to play. I mean, I don't want to say he wouldn't be able to play offense. He would easily be like a nasty running back. But they have a different mindset. They have a scheme. They have who to block on the play. They're very disciplined and things like that. But on defense, you know, you make a read. Sometimes it's not the right play. Like, let's say I'm going in a 3rd down pass rush. Hey, this key's telling me I got to go outside. But, hey, this inside's there. I got to just take it. You know, it's not part of my thing, not part of my job on this play, but if I go inside and get the sack and I get the sack, you know, I got the sack, you know what I mean? So just having that, it's really different on both sides of the ball. So coming from high school and learning, getting that offensive side of the ball and that defensive side of the ball really helped me and project me into Minot State here and helped me on defense.
Oh, that is good. It's a different mindset.
Yes.
You know, the offensive linemen, they're trying to protect somebody, while on the other side, they're trying to rip the guy's head off. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, my goodness. But, yeah, just, you know, there are benefits to, you know, getting that, you know, extra reps conditioning on the gridiron. But, you know, tell us more. We also talked to Sam about this. You know, you guys have 2 more road games left to go. Interesting scenario. Non-conference has not happened in a long time. A non-conference matchup against Michigan Tech. You know, how do you yourself prepare for, you know, an unusual case like this? And, you know, just what is your approach, you know, could be your mindset for yourself and maybe for the team?
Well, first and foremost, you got to look at it. Of course, it's going to be a away game. I like to look at that Friday, that travel day. You gotta bring extra pillows, extra blankets, extra snacks.
There you
But
go.
even more of the preparation phase of it. You gotta look at your film more. Not necessarily more, but like, what am I trying to say here?
Studying in the film session.
Yeah, it's an away game. It's like, first and foremost, our coach always says it's college football. It's hard to win. It really is. It shows we've been close many times, but to win a football game, you got to play. You got to play together. You have to do everything right. You really can't have that many mistakes, and if you do, that can be the thing of the game. So looking at this away week, just putting in that film, the film hours, which is really big, especially being a non-conference game. This is an offense that we haven't, like, I've never played this team. I've been playing here for 3 years. Of course, like, when I think of Augustan, I'm like, okay, I know what kind of things they've done. Oh, I've played Moorhead. Okay, I kind of know what they're going to do. But now I'm going into Michigan Tech. I have no idea, like, what the field looks like. I have no idea what kind of offense they run and things like that. So just looking at the tips and reminders that our coach gives us, trying to install those in our brains and things like that.
And really, there's obviously you guys have shown some potential. Of course, we talked earlier, growing, towards the future. And then, this could also prop an opportunity for you guys to, you never know. We did talk to Sam earlier. They're in the same conference as Ferris, so it could also be a good challenge as well. Michigan Tech's also a good hockey school, but, the unknown could always, bring out some, good out of it. So you never know what could happen. But
like they say, any given Sunday, any given Saturday, really, it's hard to win. But if you have everything, the stars align, you get everybody doing the right thing all week, good things will happen on Saturday.
And Jonathan, we're gonna move a step away from the football aspect, the gridiron here. Talk your classroom life. So we asked Sam; he's a physical education major. Talk to us. What do you like to major in? What are your courses of study? And maybe some favorite things to do on campus as well.
Well, obviously, trying to get away from football is kind of hard. The life of a football player, everybody always talks about it. It's packed from 6 a.m. weights to 8 p.m. when we're getting off the field. But I'm majoring in business management right now here at Minot State. So I really love the courses and the teachers that we have here. Miss Solberg, my advisor, has set me up from the beginning for success. She set my schedule up. I just show up to class, and the teachers real nice. They work with you a lot, especially in a lot of the accounting classes I kind of struggled with at first. The numbers didn't go right in my head, but they're willing to kind of work with you, and they're real good at that. So, what was the other question you asked?
Favorite, things to do on campus. We get a lot of bingo from the student athletes that we've interviewed on the show. Do you have any favorites in particular? Is it bingo?
I would say bingo just because selfishly, you get to win all the prizes. But there's a lot of
I'm
other
with
things.
You there.
There's a lot of things that MSU Life actually puts on for us. I think probably my favorite would probably be the free lunch. The things like that they have.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, the free lunch. I mean, that I think it's the Asian bowl that they have. It's like a Panda Express type thing they have. That's really a lot what I like to do. Other than the bingo, I know probably bingo's gonna be a runaway favorite, especially with the athletes. You're gonna win a lot of gear.
Yeah, I mean, that's all the cool prizes they have there. Shout out Aaron Hughes and MSU Life, of course,
Right.
And they provide a lot of entertainment for everyone on campus. So good on them. But Jonathan, business management, talk. You've gotten used your couple years, the freshman, kind of, getting settled in, trying to learn the ins and outs of college. Sophomore year, you kind of got a better idea. But now getting closer to, still down the line, but closer to graduation, obtaining that degree. What do you hope to use with that degree? What do you see yourself doing down the line?
I like dealing with people a lot, so definitely something dealing with people, whether it's being a manager or some sort. Well, my family actually has like a family company called LJ's Cleaning Solutions down in Arizona. They kind of do a lot of like bus facilities and facility maintenance. It's kind of like a glorified janitor. I don't want to call it a janitor because it's a lot more than that. But, I've worked with them when I'm free in the summers. I was actually in California this past summer doing OCTA, the Orange County Transportation Agency, doing a lot of their bus cleaning and things like that. I actually did a little course, and I had to drive a bus. Driving a bus is harder than it seems. It's not just a big car. It's, it turns a lot more differently. But going back, just when I graduate, probably going and helping them out and things like that. They kind of helped me through college. Both supporting me, spiritually. Of course, Arizona is it's not a hop. You can't just get in the car and drive. 2 hours. It's a 24-hour drive. It's like I want to say 3-hour flight if you can catch it with Allegiant. So just trying to take this degree and help them the way they helped me through college.
There you go, Jonathan. Anything else you want to mention to the fans before we send you off here, or to one more thing to the listeners?
No, just roll Beavs.
Yeah, kickoff 1 p.m. Eastern against Michigan Tech. You heard it from Sam Buchanan now. Jonathan Leone joining us. He's a junior linebacker, one of Arizona's finest. Jonathan, thank you for being on the Inside the Dam podcast today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and there you have it, folks. Actually, Jonathan, one more thing. You want to give us a quick shout-out to Papa John's?
Oh, yeah. Hey, shout out to Papa John's. Hey, Sunday after practice, you guys make the best thin crust there is out there, man. When it's hot and fresh, we have the best Papa John's in the nation.
There we go. That is how you do it right there, folks. Papa John's. We thank Admir and their crew for their tremendous patronage of the Inside the Dam podcast. Hit them up on their website. Search for any deals. They can be found. Search Papa John's in Minot on your device. And you can also call them at 701-852-7272. That's 852-PAPA to place an order over the phone. As always, big thanks to Admir and the crew over there. We're going to take maybe a couple more breaks here. We'll see as we'll determine that down the line. But after this, you're going to see one of the leading scorers of Minot State men's hockey. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back after this. You're watching the Inside of the Dam podcast. Hello, and welcome back to the Inside the Dam podcast. Thank you for tuning in to this latest edition of the show. The podcast is produced by KMSU TV and Radio as part of a partnership with Minot State University Athletics. We are glad to be joined by more talented and fantastic guests reigning from all the Beaver teams on campus. The Inside the Dam podcast is proudly sponsored by Papa John's. They have 2 locations in Minot and the Air Force Base. Search for Papa John's in Minot online through your device and seek out any deals that are currently available. They can also be reached at 701-852-7272. That is 852-PAPA to place an order over the phone. We thank Admir and the Papa John's crew for their tremendous patronage. We will be right back with our next guest. And hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Inside the Dam podcast. I'm your host, Cole Clementich. We had a great conversation with a couple of the football players, junior linebacker Jonathan Leone and redshirt freshman Sam Buchanan at running back. If you missed the show, be sure to, if you're watching on the KMSU podcast, you can either rewind or wait for the official edited copy on the MSU Beavers YouTube channel as well. Before we get going on our final guest here, folks, we want to tell you all about Papa John's. And yes, they are the premier sponsor of the Inside the Dam podcast. Hit them up on their website. Search Papa John's in Minot on your device. Search for any deals. You can also give them a call at 701-852-7272. That's 852-PAPA to place an order over the phone. We thank Admir and Papa John's for their support of the Inside the Dam podcast. Each and every Monday night, we go live at 7:30 p.m. Central Time here inside Swain Hall. And just as I mentioned before we send it off to a quick break last time, folks, we have a special guest here, the leading scorer of Minot State men's hockey and a native of Brandon, Manitoba. Troy Hamilton joins us. Troy, thanks for being here tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Troy. So, leading scorer, doing a lot for the team this year. This is your big breakout season, for yourself. But, as a team, you guys are still really kicking butt once again You're obviously also national champion of the ACHA, with the team last year, and now off and running again. Just kind of talk, a little bit about how you feel the season's going, for yourself, for the team, and obviously a lot of success so far. But, give us some inside scoop, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, we got off to a hot start early, and a lot of new players came in because we had a lot of graduating players last year, so we got a lot of younger guys. So I think we're a lot faster than we were last year for sure, which is helping us just control the puck and always having the puck and playing with lots of speed. So we're really able to get down on teams and, control the puck and always have it and just kind of dominate games.
Yeah, and there have been quite a few changes this year, a lot of new guys like Colby Joseph, Ryan Monias, Ben Johnson, actually a couple those guys coming from the Minot Minotauros, so some local connections there. Kind of talk about, how they've been able to fit in, and then you being as a sophomore, what has kind of helped you in this midst of a breakout season you're having right now?
Yeah, I think those guys, like everyone on the hockey teams went through the same stuff, like junior hockey for a couple of years, and then we come here. So I think all those young guys that came in this year have adjusted pretty well. Like, just we obviously take everyone in. Like, we've known them forever, and just we automatically connect. We always are hanging out at the rink or like at our apartments or whatever. So we become really close team together. And I think this year for myself, I was given an opportunity at the start of the year and was just decided not to look back and just take it and see how long I can go for it.
No, that is good. Yeah, and filling up the scoring sheet at will. And so, leading the charge, obviously, for the Beavers and, working alongside, such, great group of guys and a great coaching staff, off and running, like I mentioned, you guys, just bulldozing through everyone, for this start of the season, obviously national championship on your mind, I would assume again, but, talk about, what are some things that you guys hope to accomplish? Obviously you're off to your torrent pace, but also, what do you guys hope to maybe accomplish? What are some other things that you guys maybe look forward to as the season rolls along?
I mean, obviously I think everyone on our team's looking forward to those 2 games against the NCAA. So there's we want to do good against them. We just don't want to just show up. We want to continue playing these teams throughout years to come. So we just want to have a good outing against them and obviously try and win the game. And there's other teams in our league who have played Division I teams, and the score's kind of been really lopsided. So we don't want to do that. Don't want to embarrass ourselves and stuff like that. And I think obviously just win as much games as we can, win more than we did last year, lose less, and then national championship again would be awesome.
Yeah, we'll be cheering you guys on along the way. And, you bring up a good point. That's something that I keep forgetting, is that you guys have NCAA ties coming up here in late December, playing University of Denver University and Colorado College. Probably a welcome challenge. What do you guys, or what from your perspective, what do you think about going into that and, your approach, preparation for, obviously it's just going to be an exhibition, but it obviously feels like way more than that. Do you think?
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, you could ask anyone on our team, that was the goal, was to be at that level. And obviously we've all came up a little bit short, but just even the fact that we're saying that we can play them is an awesome feeling. So there's excitement and everything and preparing. We'll be having a short Christmas break. Unfortunately, we won't be able to celebrate with our families. We'll be coming back before Christmas Day. But, I mean, that's just a sacrifice that I think all of us are willing to make to go play these games. It'll be a lot of fun, and it'll just be a really good experience. Even the experience being back in Minot early with just everyone, because no one has their families here. So just spending Christmas with the boys, I guess. It'll be fun.
Yeah. And what are you looking most forward to? It'll be during the holiday seasons. So obviously snow's going to be running rampant, flying down from the sky. But, what are you most looking forward to? Do you picture yourself going into those bigger arenas, obviously big time NCAA, like a lot of these players, they have NHL aspirations, just the idea of, competing against them, what do you think a lot when those teams come to mind?
I just think I want to give it my all. I want to prove these guys that there isn't that big of a difference between the levels, and that, you know, I think that it's a lot closer than what some people think, but there's obviously the differences, like little things that they would do, like their sticks are always going to be in the right spots. They're going to be quicker right off their first couple steps. So I'm just kind of excited to see how all that is, and yeah, it'll be really cool playing in those big arenas.
It seems to be happening a bit more often now that, and I see, shout out to the Hockey House podcast. They post a lot of good hockey content on their social media, but it seems to be happening a bit more often now. We see games like I just saw recently Jamestown, men's Division I squad. They played NCAA Division III. I think it was Concordia College in Moorhead. How good is that for ACHA to getting all that exposure?
I think it's really good because a lot of people think of it just as club hockey where it's not taken too seriously, but I can tell you everyone on our team takes this hockey here pretty serious. We take it really seriously, and that it's not just like a thing to do for fun for us. Like, we still obviously love the game of hockey and still look for that one goal is to win a championship again. And yeah, I think it's really good for the ACHA program to get that kind of recognition.
I actually forgot what I was just going to ask, but yeah, like you said, good for good exposure to get, some maybe lower levels. And I actually saw that Jamestown beat Concordia College. So, it's the level, the bar is not that far off. So really cool, to see all of that coming together more and more often as we see here. Now I remember, so this week, aside from that, going ahead to the schedule, this is a huge week for you guys. You got UMary on the road Wednesday, and then 2 games against Jamestown. Just simply talk us through, how you guys prep for this week, and obviously, big rivalry matchups, 3 games in a row. Obviously, UMary now up to the Division I level in ACHA. Preview us these 3 games here.
Yeah, obviously going to UMary as an away team, it's difficult to play. It's always a packed barn there. So they're always ready to play for us too. Even last year when they weren't Division I, they always seem to always be able to keep the game closer than we would like, and closer than we think it should be at some times. We do think that we are a better team than them, and we've proven that, I think, obviously beating them time and time again. But yeah, it's going to be a hard-fought battle from them. Schools don't like each other, and obviously in games I don't like anyone on the other side that's playing against me, and so there's a lot of other people, and yeah, it's just like that. And then Jamestown's always a tough game. The way they play is just gritty. They are hitting, they're forechecking hard, and they try and slow us down. But with our team this year, I think it's a lot harder for them to do this year. And we only played them once, I believe, and that was in Jamestown. But I think it'll be a good week for us, hopefully.
Yeah, and stick handling away from the rink. Let's talk about your campus life here on Minot State. Tell us a little bit about your major, your course of studies. Like we asked Jonathan and Sam earlier, what do you like to do? What do you like to study on campus? And just start there.
Yeah, I'm a corporate fitness major. Just take a lot of kin classes here in this building. And I don't really know if I have a favorite class. Maybe a dance class, teaching that one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Get to dance early in the morning, but yeah, no,
it gets the blood flowing early too.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know, there's kind of just class, school. I'm not really much of a school guy, so kind of just do that.
Yeah, what do you hope to, accomplish, with your degree? I know it's obviously, way down the road here, but, what do you hope to accomplish down the line, post-college, post-hockey career? Tell us more, maybe.
I don't know, a little bit of personal training I've always found an interest. I don't mind working out and doing stuff like that. So just knowing a lot about stuff like that and being able to help kids or whoever it may be get to their goals, and some maybe coaching, doing some hockey coaching would be always fun. I always like being around the rink, like being around the guys. If they by the end when I'm done hockey, I'll miss being around in the dressing room and fooling around with guys. So say maybe, stay in coaching and doing some training with athletes.
Awesome. Good stuff there. And before we let you go, Troy, you got the Diamondbacks hat on. Are you a fan? Are you hyped for Arizona in the World Series?
No, bought this hat a while back.
Oh,
and
just wearing it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've been
that's fair, yeah.
getting a lot of comments of going around wearing this, saying, "Oh, go Diamondbacks." So I'm like, "Oh," and they're asking me if I saw the game, and I'm like, "Nope, haven't been paying attention. Just kind of only pay attention when the Blue Jays are still playing."
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, some hats are cool to wear. So, but yeah, Troy, anything else you want to mention before we let you go here? Anything to the fans? Big couple home games this weekend.
Yeah, I don't know. Come out and support us. It'll be fun. We'll score lots of goals.
Yeah, that's the way. Music to the fans' ears. Well, Troy, thank you for being on the Inside the Dam podcast tonight. Wishing you all the best in your hockey career and, of course, here in your schooling at Minot State.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, there you have it, folks. That was forward Troy Hamilton from men's hockey and lighting up the score sheet for the Beavers this 2023-24 campaign. And starting off as ACHA defending national champions, we're going to take one more quick break to wrap up the show and also to promote some events happening in and around Minot State campus for you guys. Before we do that, though, we got to give our best wishes to Papa John's, as they are the sponsor for the Inside the Dam podcast. Check them out on their website. Search Papa John's in Minot on your device. You can also give them a call at 701-852-7272. That's 852-PAPA. That is how you place an order via the phone lines. We thank Admir and Papa John's for sponsoring the Inside the Dam podcast. We're going to take one more quick break. When we come back, I'll be here to wrap up the show with you guys and to promote some important events happening this week in Minot State University athletics. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Inside the Dam podcast. Hello, and welcome back to the Inside the Dam podcast. Thank you for tuning in to this latest edition of the show. The podcast is produced by KMSU TV and Radio as part of a partnership with Minot State University Athletics. We are glad to be joined by more talented and fantastic guests reigning from all the Beaver teams on campus. The Inside the Dam podcast is proudly sponsored by Papa John's. They have 2 locations in Minot and the Air Force Base. Search for Papa John's in Minot online through your device and seek out any deals that are currently available. They can also be reached at 701-852-7272. That is 852-PAPA to place an order over the phone. We thank Admir and the Papa John's crew for their tremendous patronage. We will be right back with our next guest. And unfortunately, we are actually all done with our 3 guests tonight. So, but we're here back. Folks, welcome to the Inside the Dam podcast. I'm Cole Clementich, your host for tonight. We're going to be wrapping up the show to kind of, recap all the good things that we had going on tonight for episode number 7, the Halloween edition. We didn't really do anything special for Halloween. I didn't really dress up. I just, wore Broncos jersey celebrating the victory last night. But, yeah, orange Halloween, close enough. But anyways, so before we get into all that good stuff, folks, just want to give you guys a reminder, as Papa John's, they are the premier sponsor for the Inside the Dam podcast, always supporting us each and every Monday night. We go live at 7:30 here in the KMSU Podcast Studios. Hit them up on their website. Search for any and all deals they have going on. Search Papa John's in Minot on your device. And you can call them. They have their phone number set at 701-852-7272. That is 852-PAPA. And that is how you place an order via the phone lines for Papa John's. We thank Admir and the crew down on Broadway, always supporting the Inside the Dam podcast each and every Monday night we go live. So, to tell you guys more about what we have going on this week in Minot State University Athletics, I'll start off here for men's hockey. We just got done talking with Troy Hamilton, and I maybe should have mentioned this to him, but the 2 home games against the University of Jamestown is Teacher Appreciation Weekend. So teachers, you will receive free admission with a school ID both Friday and Saturday night. Puck drop is at 7:30 p.m. at the Mesa Arena Pepsi Rink. Hope to see you guys there and cheering loud and proud for the defending ACHA Division 1 men's national champions. And speaking of, ignore the stream starting soon text on top of the photo there, but that is our list of upcoming home games we have this week. So just the 4 hockey games. Not only do the men play, but also the women will drop the puck against the Maryville Saints. That will be at 3:45 both Friday and Saturday. And, of course, the men will wrap up the nightcap of each day, both Friday and Saturday, 7 p.m. against the University of Jamestown. And all games taking place at the Mesa Arena Pepsi Rink. And then we want to wish a good luck to all of the teams competing on the road this week. And, of course, Minot State women's basketball, they get their season started tomorrow against Black Hill State. I believe that is going to be in Dickinson, if I'm not mistaken there. So, tip-off against Black Hill State tomorrow. They're also going to be playing University of Tampa, Florida Tech, and Angelo State in I forget the actual name for it, but it's Division II Tip-Off Classic. I believe that's what it's called. Taking place, I want to say in Billings, Montana. So, yeah, I really should have done my research beforehand, but it is taking place somewhere in Montana, that I do know. And, yeah, of course, volleyball has their last 2 games on the road versus Mankato St. Cloud State. Last road game for women's soccer. Unfortunately, I think they just got eliminated. I'm not sure, but they tied with Wayne State College this past weekend, which did not help them in the playoff race. But regardless, 3 p.m. kickoff on November 2nd versus the Dragons. Of course, we were talking with Sam and Jonathan. Michigan Tech football, 1 p.m. Eastern Time kickoff. Beavers will be traveling, of course, to take on the Huskies. We also mentioned men's hockey at UMary. Always going to be a blast no matter which venue it's at, 7 p.m. on Wednesday. And men's wrestling kicks off their season on the 4th, 9 a.m. at the Jamestown Open. So, and of course, wishing all the best to each and every team for Minot State University Athletics in action as they compete to all of the best of their abilities. And now with that being said, folks, to wrap up the show here, again, if you just missed, if you're tuning in right now on the KMSU podcast live stream, we just had Jonathan Leon, junior linebacker, one of Arizona's finest, 88 career tackles, 3 sacks, and a fumble recovery. That is his stat line in 26 career games. We saw Sam Buckhanan, redshirt freshman running back from Gunnison, Colorado. I also happen to be a big supporter of Colorado myself, but he actually switched positions from linebacker to running back this year due to the new coaching staff. Also got his first collegiate touchdown versus UMary. And, of course, you just saw Troy Hamilton and all that he has to present for himself and representing the Minot State men's hockey squad, leading the team in scoring. So a lot of good stuff there from Troy, Sam, and Jonathan to wrap up tonight's Halloween edition of the Inside the Dam podcast. This has been episode 7. We want to thank you guys, as always, for tuning in each and every Monday night at 7:30. One more time to Papa John's. Shout out to them and Admir. They make great pizza, great food each and every time they're able to help out in any way possible. We enjoyed some great pizza last week, or mostly I did. I tried to share, but things did not go as planned with scheduling and all, so, nothing wrong with having a pizza by myself. So, but next time when we have more people on, we will definitely be sharing some slices, no matter what flavor. But again, hit up Papa John's on their website, search for any and all deals, search on your device Papa John's in Minot. They can also be reached at 701-852-7272. One last time, 852-PAPA. Placing an order over the phone, those are the instructions for the phone line if you wish to give them a call as well. And be sure, tell them Inside the Dam podcast sent you. So, and we thank Admir and Papa John's, of course, each and every time. But that is going to do it on the Inside the Dam podcast. Again, great show tonight here, folks. Thank you for tuning in. As always, I'm Cole Clementich, your host, on behalf of KMSU TV and Radio and Minot State University Athletics. And for the crew that could not be here tonight, of course, we hope to have them back next time and weeks on end. But on behalf of everyone involved, I'm Cole Clementich, signing off. You guys have a good rest of your night and have a safe Halloween as well.